Part of our Take Your Chances segment, I will ask the guys a question about some hot NBA topics, and they will tell me what they think is happening. We move on now to the Western Conference and start with the potential heavyweight matchup right now in the first round of the playoffs. Take a look at the West standings. Golden State continues to set the pace with a 4.5-game lead on Memphis. Meanwhile, Oklahoma City has battled through injuries this season and currently sits in the 8th spot, meaning the Warriors and Thunder would face off in the first round of the playoffs if the season ended today. So what are the chances that OKC upsets Golden State if they faced off?
I may take what the hell is he talking about meter back over on my side. Take it back from me on this one. I think they have a 7% chance. 7D.
Oh, 7D.
7D.
Okay.
If they're all healthy, they're going to be one of the scariest 8 seed teams we've ever seen in the history of basketball. I give them a 70% chance.
I'm with Scoop, 65%. I think they're the best team in the West if they're healthy. And by healthy, I'm not expecting Kevin Durant to be 100%. But by healthy, I mean he's about 90% and can play every game, and it's not an issue. The foot is not an issue. He doesn't have to sit out here or there. I think they're better. Yeah. That team is good when they're healthy. So I'm going with Oklahoma.
I'm going to say 50%, mainly because Oklahoma City has something that I worry about Golden State. Their interior defense has lacked at times, and now Oklahoma City has these long guys like Steven Adams and Mitch McGary and Enes Kanter and Kevin Durant, whether he's reasonably healthy or not. I'll say 50% because Golden State has home court advantage, and we've seen what Steph Curry and Klay Thompson can do in their home court. But by no means, this is not a sure series if these two meet in the first round for Golden State.
All right, let's move on to the Lakers. So the Lakers are only 16-44 this season, and Kobe Bryant is out for the season. Lakers are likely to get another top 10 pick in the draft, and Kobe is expected to return for another season. Very talented free agent class this offseason. So what are the chances that the Lakers reach the postseason next season?
I say 30% for the exact opposite reason I said I think the Knicks would do on that end, because the West is just that good. You have to win 65% of your games to even get to the playoffs in the West. And
Who you got them getting?
Who?
The Lakers.
Free agency.
Free agency.
Oh,
they got to get somebody.
They got to get somebody, yeah. But I think I don't know. I don't know who's going to go there.
I think they have a good.
You made a good to LaMarcus Aldridge was a good one.
I don't think he'll go. I think he'll stay in Portland. But I think they got a good chance of getting Rajon Rondo. But I still only give him. I'm giving love out of respect for Kobe. 7%.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, they not. The West is and it's not even just the top 8. New Orleans, Phoenix,
right.
Minnesota's going to be
10%. Seriously, for all those reasons. I mean, look at the teams that aren't in the playoffs that you would not want to deal with. I mean, Phoenix is a team you don't want to deal with. Granted, they traded their players away. They're still playing hard. New Orleans Pelicans with Anthony Davis. You're right about Boogie Cousins in Sacramento. Teams have had a hard time going in their building and beating that team. With George Karl, they're going to be much better. So 10%.
I really think it's about 1%.
Here you go. My conspiracy thing is
the Mamba.
My conspiracy, not who they get, who they may get a chance to get. Because if they get luck up and get Towns or Jahlil Okafor in the draft, and you got Randall coming back, and you got Kobe coming back, it's a formidable team, right? It's not free agency. They're still young, but
remember Julius Randle coming back from.
Wait, you said Towns and Okafor?
I said No.
You get both of those guys, then that moves us to 45%.
Chris, I'm crazy. I'm not that crazy. Man. You know me long enough. I'm crazy. You know I'm crazy. But I ain't that crazy. Come on, man. I'm not that. Come on, man.
All right, guys.
You know I'm not that crazy.
We're not going that far. We're going to stay in Los Angeles. Chris Paul and the Clippers have had an impressive season despite the loss of Blake Griffin. Griffin is expected to return soon and help LA push for a deep run in the playoffs. However, history is not on the Clippers' side. The franchise has never reached the conference finals, and neither has Chris Paul. So what are the chances they break through and actually reach the West Finals? Chris, let's actually start with you.
I'm going to say 15%.
I'm stealing my number.
I thought it was a little low. I like the Clippers. Look, Doc Rivers needs to get them to the conference finals because this is what he was brought in for.
Right.
You know, Vinny Del Negro was getting them to the second round, winning 56 games, whatever. Doc Rivers was supposed to be able to take this team to the next level. So that's at least the conference finals, but I don't think it's going to happen. 15%.
Yeah, I'm like the girl who tells about a guy. I like him, but I don't like him. That's how I am about the Clippers series. I like them, but I don't like them, mainly because it seems to be something missing every year with this team in the playoffs. And usually it's not something you see early, but then when the playoffs happen, oh, that's why that happened. oh, that's why that happened. Now, Jamal Crawford off the bench is tremendous. He's not going to shoot you out of games. Haven't seen him do that. He's instant energy start off the bench. But always something with this team that happens that creeps up. That's why 15%. I'm with Chris on that number.
Yeah, see, I'm more 50 because I picked them to
50?
win. 50. And that's probably I'm staying true to what I said from the beginning of the season. And I think I'm trying to give them benefit of the doubt of what happened last year. That whole Donald Sterling thing had an effect on them. And we'll be naive to think that that didn't affect them in the playoffs. Now, I still think they are mentally fragile. They can get punked very easily. That's been their MO. Doc Rivers was supposed to settle that for them. I haven't seen it in the regular season, but I'm not going to hold what happened to them in the playoffs against them and not think they can't overcome it. So I'm still giving them a 50% chance.
All right, let's still talk about the Spurs right now. Finally, we know that they are looking to repeat after winning the franchise's 5th championship last season, but it's been a tough year for Coach Pop and company. Spurs are 37-23 and 7th in the strong Western Conference. So what are the chances that the Spurs repeat as champs? Freddie C.
25%. Mainly because I just think they had that motivation last year. Not saying they don't have it this year, but the West looked at them and said, we're not letting you do this again. You've done this 2 straight years, having that way of playing basketball, having your way with us. No. We're not having that this year. I think the Spurs are too beat up. Tony Park even said as much, that he still has those problems from the hamstring injury, and they need that guy to go. So I'll give them 25%.
I'm going to say 15%. I really don't see. I'd be surprised at this point if they come out of the West. I can't write them off because I did that like 4 years ago. You know, they're fine.
At least you did it 4 years in a row.
True.
Tony Parker is not the same. Now, it might be the hamstring injury, maybe if he gets past that, but it might be wear and tear.
Yeah.
This is his 14th season. He's a small guy. He's baseline to baseline, chasing around other point guards, penetrating, finishing at the rim. That can take its toll. Plus, he plays in the summer a lot for the French national team.
Playing in the June all the time.
Yeah.
I'm exactly with Freddie. That's why I threw my hands up. We finally
He took your stuff?
we finally agreed. We haven't had an agreement.
Only took 3 days, right?
I don't know what that means for you.
That's a very good point.
but
Let the truth be told.
I got them 25% because, one, I think 2 years ago, for the first time, they had health. They always had the best record in the league, but 2 years ago, they finally got healthy and had everybody intact, and that's why they got to the finals. Last year was strictly motivation. Last year, after they don't feel Miami won it, they lost that finals. Last year, they had something to motivate them all the way through, and that's why they did what they were able to do. They don't have either of those this year. They don't have health, and they don't have motivation. That's why I give them only a 25% chance.
And speaking of agreeing, can we all agree that this is some big news, breaking news? We are hearing that Brandon Marshall is on the move and going where?
We heard that yesterday somewhere.
Oh, yes, to the top of 6 o'clock sports. Somebody over here. Somebody tried to tell you that was a team to watch for, but, I'm just saying. Make sure you come back after the break to listen to us discuss that.
She's not just saying.
I'm just saying.
saying.
But I'm just saying.